Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. It's a Bible reading party. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Good morning, everybody. One day I will be able to come right on and have no issues, no glitches, no computer freezing up. But until then, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. That's what my daughter used to say in elementary school. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So, yes, here I am. Laptop's freezing up, but I know you can see me and I know you can hear me. So, I'm just going to disregard that because I can see myself on my phone. And I was just going to send you guys a message to let you know that I'm here, even though this part is not acting right. And it has nothing to do with if I have a computer versus a laptop. I don't think it has anything to do with my connection, but let me double check my connection. Oh, the show must go on. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, so I do have some technical difficulties on this side. Hopefully, there will be no buffering. And if there is, I apologize in advance. I'm just gonna keep pushing through. Yep. Let me start off by saying good morning. The time is 7:13 a.m. Texas time. It is May 2nd. Today is May 2nd, and it is Saturday morning. It is 7. It's either 7:11 or 7:13. I don't know why there's a 2-minute difference between these two clocks, but it's either 7:11 or 7:13 Central Standard Time, which is Texas time. Before anything else acts up on my side, I'm just gonna do a quick screen share. Yeah, that's too bad. That just happened. My Ethernet cable just went through the wall, so I can't plug it in. Here we are. We are in Judges. Today is Judges 10, 11, and 12. And this is the cover of the study guide that I'm using in case anybody's interested. This is what it looks like if you want to get it on your own. A Woman's Guide to Reading the Bible in a Year. A Life-Changing Journey into the Heart of God. And the author is Diane Stortz. Diane Stortz. So if I go back, I can show you. I don't want to show you my Google Drive. I'm trying to go back into the book. And how is everybody doing today? Since I can't monitor from the computer, I'm going to monitor it from my phone. Always have a backup plan. That's what I say. Always have a backup plan. All right, let's go over the checkpoints just to make sure that there's actually only one thing that we should be listening out for. And I want you guys to be active listeners, not passive listeners. Listen to what's being read and ask questions and give your input. Give me your understanding. And if you hear one of these checkpoints, let me know. Let's see, where are we? We're in week 18. Today and tomorrow is week 18 of reading the Bible. How do you read the Bible in a year, you guys? One day at a time. That's all I'm doing. Nothing special. One day at a time. Here we go. The week 18 is covering disobedience. Disobedience and rescue. So you messed up, but somebody came to your rescue. You messed up again, somebody came to your rescue. You messed up again, and somebody came to save you. That's what was going on with the Israelites. That's why these judges had to come up. and help them win their battles. So yes, checkpoints for this week is a living sacrifice, burden bearing, 2 brave women, a piece of fleece, and an unwise vow. So that's what's going on there. And then let me do a real share with my Bible that I read from. This is my Bible, New Believer's Bible. Wait, I don't know which camera I'm using today. Okay, I'm using this one. This is my New Believer's Bible, compact version. First Steps for New Christians, New Living Translation. This is my Bible dictionary that I use from time to time, not all the time. It's Nelson's Compact Series. And you don't even have to have a physical dictionary or a physical Bible. You could download either one of these. Well, at least you could probably look up BibleDictionary.com. But if you do want a physical copy of these, the link to these are in the description. Without further ado, let me say hello to my crew, because that's how we do. Hooty hoo! I couldn't help myself. I was a 90s teen. Hooty hoo was part of our, whatever you want to call it, thing that we did. All right, 7:05 a.m. Eva Frazier was the early bird in the room. And she said good morning and gave my thumbs up. Everyone hit the like button. The Wiz says, hey, hey, hey. And they said it just like that. That's my bot telling the Wiz that they have reached level 5. Wow, congratulations. Eva Frazier's got some hearts. Oh, she's using those, Eva Frazier is using those special emojis. The one for the Take 5. You know, if you go down to your emojis list, there's the regular emojis, and then there's emojis for, the current situation that's going on. For safety and healthy, you got the hand sanitizer, the washing of the hands. Instead of shaking hands, you got the bump the elbows. What else you got? If you sneeze in your elbow, don't sneeze in your hands so you don't spread the germs. What else is there? Drinking water. Drinking water and staying hydrated. I'm trying to do all these by memory. I got the list right here in front of me. I was just trying to see how many I can remember. We got the hearts. Kind of look like the Red Cross hearts, don't they? Yeah, those are those YouTube custom emojis. We got one with somebody like, you got it. We got the selfie one. We got the peace one. We got a couple different ones. It looks like I'm buffering. I don't know if I'm buffering. I'm just going to keep going. I'm not even going to look at that anymore. Yeah, I'm definitely buffering on this side. I really hope YouTube fixes this problem because it's hard to tell if it's something we need to fix on our side as content creators. It's hard to know if we need to take action or if we should ignore it. So I'm just going to cover that up. I'm not even going to look that way. I'm going to look here and I see that I'm moving fine, even though I'm frozen on the screen. So let's see, who else do we have? Let me sit back and chill. I'm in a chill mode. I'm in chill mode today. Hey, 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 good morning, 40 fam. Love you, Kenya. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mama. Good morning, 40 fam. Life is key, good morning. Bless the like button, everybody. And she gave the emoji. You got this. You got this. And then that's Nightbot. Nightbot is popping up with you guys, letting you know that if you click on that link, it will take you to my Facebook fan page. You can go say hello. You can like the page, just like you can like this channel. And there are actually some small, like maybe 2 to 3 minute videos that I'm going to be putting over there. They're probably going to be business related or something dealing with entrepreneurship or something dealing with something business related. But I'm not going to put everything here. From time to time, I watch the news or hear something on the radio or just, have something that I want to post. And I don't want to put it all here. I want to put certain things here. So if you guys go over to Facebook, you will have exclusive access to other material that's not here. Without further ado, I think that's everybody in the room. So I'll catch up with you all once I finish reading these verses. I've been trying to stay out of the way of my stickers, my little stickers over here. And so I actually turn my chair nowadays. If you guys didn't notice that a new angle, I turn my chair specifically so I can be off to the side, and you should still be able to see this. You should still be able to see me, and you can still see the little welcome balloons and the like button. They look a little cheesy, but that's okay. I'm a cheesy person. I think I do need to update the title. Yesterday was 7, 8, and 9. Today is 10, 11, 12. So give me a moment. I'm going to update this. Ten through 12. Those notifications shouldn't be coming up, but I'm not going to worry about that either. It is way too much to be worrying about this morning, and I'm not. I'm just not. Come on, save. Okay. Now, anybody coming in will see the title says Judges 10 through 12. But first, let's get started with chapters 7, 8, and 9, which is just a recap. So, for anybody coming in, you didn't miss anything. I'm just doing a recap. Yesterday, we talked about Gideon. Good old Gideon. Remember, he had a name change. Anybody remember what that name change was? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Close, but no cigar. I don't know why, but I want to say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when I see that name. And it has nothing to do. It doesn't even look like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but that's what I want to say when I read his name. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a basketball player in the 70s and 80s. In case anybody's wondering, like, what is she talking about? Me just having flashbacks from my childhood. That's all. So Gideon, after he broke down the altar to Baal, after he broke down Baal's altar and the Asherah pole, he put up the real deal. He put up an altar for the Lord. The people, the community came at him like, "Yo, what's up? What, you got beef?" And his daddy was like, "No, we don't have beef. Do you have beef? If we did something wrong, let your God come and destroy us and step off." And so they were like, okay, we cool. And so from that point on, Gideon's name became Jerub, Jerub Baal, which means let, what did it say? Let Baal defend himself. So everybody's name in the Bible has a meaning. It means something, and that's what that meant. Jerub Baal means let Baal defend himself. So I'm sure people still called him Gideon from time to time, but that was like his other name. So that's what happened in chapter 7. Also in chapter 7, there was that little test. Gideon had all these men to go fight this battle, and the Lord said, "You know what? You got too many. If you win the battle, you're going to think that you did it, and you won't think that I did it. Let's shade this group of people down." So they took away some of the people, and it went from 22,000 to 10,000, right? So in half, they cut it in half. And then the Lord said, "No, this is still too many people. When you win the battle, you're going to think it was your hand that did it, not mine. So I want you to do this. Separate these men. The men who, I want you to take them down to the river, let them drink some water. The men who drink the water with their face all in the water, not even paying attention to what's going on, let them go home. And let the people who are scared to fight go home. The people who are paying attention to what's going on around them, picking up the water, drinking it, but still being mindful, those are the ones you want to take with you." And so he ended up taking 300, only 300 out of 10,000 men. And then they went on to the Midianite camp. They got their victory. Let's see. In chapter 8, this isn't the one where they cut off the toes, is that? No, that was a couple days ago. In chapter 8, Gideon kills Zebah and Zalmunna. And the reason why this happened is because they're out on foot. Remember, they're out on foot. They're covering lots of territory. Whatever the size of your city is, imagine that this war, or these group of warriors are starting off from one side of town and they're going all through the other side of town and beyond into the next town. And they're getting tired and they're getting thirsty and they're getting hungry. And so they stop through somebody who they consider a friend, they consider their allies, and they're like, hey, we're hungry. Can you just, let us refresh, get something to eat so we can go finish winning this battle? And they were told not once, but twice, yeah, I'll give you some food after you win the battle. Go fight what you got to fight, and then prove yourself. It's almost like saying prove yourself, and I'll come, and then he come back and give you some food. So Gideon said, okay, when I come back, you're gonna have some thorns in your side, since you're a thorn in my side right now. And as a matter of fact, I think he said to somebody else, when we come back, not only will we crush them, but we're gonna crush you. I'm telling you, that's what happened in chapter 8. Um, and that was like chapter 6. That was chapter 6, talking to Zalmunna. Zalmunna, the people of Zalmunna said, catch Zeba and Zalmunna first. No, Sukkoth. Sukkoth was the first place. The people of Sukkoth said, if you catch Zeba and Zalmunna first, then we will feed your army. Gideon said, after the Lord gives me victory over them, I will return and I will tear your flesh with the thorns and briars from the wilderness. And then he went to Peniel. Peniel. So those were the two places. Sukkoth and Peniel. And the people at Peniel said the same thing. And he said to them, okay, after I return from victory, after winning these, since you don't want to feed me when I come back, this nice little tower you have, I'm going to demolish it. And that's what he did. So that's what was going on in chapter 8. Once they got their plunder, Gideon made a sacred ephod. If you remember what that ephod is, and he made that from the plunder that came back. And he said these particular people all wore gold earrings. He said, just give me one. Everybody chuck in one of those gold earrings from your plunder. And he melted it down. He made a 43-pound ephod. And there was rest in the land for 40 years. Rest in the land for 40 years. And then in chapter 9, talking about Abimelech. Y'all remember Abimelech, right? Abimelech was out cold. Boy, you just can't trust on family. Now, I'm not saying that about my own family. I'm talking about in this Bible. But yeah, Abimelech was one of many brothers that was children to Gideon. Gideon had children. How many sons did he have? Like 70, right? He had 70 sons, and he also had a child by one of his concubines. And that child's name was Abimelech. So time goes on. He comes up with this idea. You know what we need? We need a ruler around here. Don't you think so? Don't you think so? Yeah, I think we need a ruler. We need like a king or something to help us out. And people are like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess you could be the king. And so he took it upon himself to kill all his 70 brothers. But one escaped. The little baby brother escaped. That was that Jotham? Jotham, the little baby boy, he escaped. And he went to the top of this mountain. He sang a little song. He did a little parable to let the people know in a kind of hidden way. Anybody who supports this man is, what do you call that? What do the police call that? Or the judges? You have one person that's guilty of the crime, but you have the other person, they're an accessory to the crime, right? So basically, little baby Joseph went up to the mountain. He's singing his little song. To anybody who happens to hear, oh, he sang a song about trees. Let me do that one. He did a song about trees. Hey, we're gonna make the olive tree the king. And the olive tree said, "What would I do that for? Just so I can be shade over everybody else? I'm busy making olive oil for everybody." Then he said same thing to the what was the grape trees? No, the fig tree. Hey, fig tree, why don't we make you the king? The fig tree was like, I'm kind of busy. I'm trying to give people figs to eat so I can give them nutrition. I can't just stand around all day being a tree over everybody else, shading everybody else. And then they got to the grapevine. Hey, grapevine, maybe you should be our king. Grapevine said, I'm too busy making wine for people to drink. I can't just sit around being the king of everybody. And then finally they came to the thorn bush. the one that's no good anyways. And the thorn bush says, yeah, come take shelter in my shade. I'll be your king. And really what he was doing, he was talking about his brother. And he was saying, this person is a murderer. And you're supporting him by making him king. So you are accessories to his crime if you choose to, let him honor him as king. And so basically he cursed his brother all through chapter 9. There was some more pillaging, some more warring of Abimelech against these different villages. But finally, he met his match. That tower, he came to somebody's tower, and imagine a big, huge tower. Somebody at the top of this tower, this woman, did they even say her name? I don't think they said her name. No, they didn't say her name. But this woman at the top, this is in chapter 9, verse 52. Abimelech followed them to attack the tower, but as he prepared to set fire to the entrance, a woman on the roof dropped a millstone that landed on Abimelech's head and crushed his skull. He quickly said to his young armor bearer, "Draw your sword and kill me. Don't let it be said that a woman killed Abimelech." So here he is laid out on the ground. Half of his head is gone. And he would rather die by the sword than have it be said that he died by the hand of a woman. And so somebody killed him on the spot. But that was how Abimelech was punished for doing what he did. And that was the fulfillment of Jotham's curse. So now that that's being done and said, that was the recap. Let me check in with you guys before I jump in. Frank GTV is in the house. Wow, good morning. Good morning, good morning. What else did I miss? Did everybody bless the like button on the way in? Little Miss Nicole comes up with all of my hot little nicknames and stuff. Frank GTV. I know I was hanging out with you and somebody else's, but I think this is your first time here, right? Everybody say hello to Frank GTV. Say hello to Brother Frank. If he's still here. Oh, I don't think he's here. Yep, you're here. You popped up in my list. I was trying to write you a message. I was like, oop, he is gone. Brother Frank has left the building. No, I think Brother Frank is still here. I think I saw Destiny's name too. I didn't scroll down enough, but yeah, I think I see her name. Brother Frank GTV. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're at. That is your star for participation in the chat, because I think it might be your second time here. I'm trying to remember. See, I move around in so many different circles. It's hard for me to remember sometimes if I just met somebody for the first time in mine, or if I know them from somebody else's, or what. But that's okay. That's not an easy name. Which one? Is that Abimelech or Jotham? All these names are tongue twisters for me. Let's see. But let it be said that the more you read, the easier it gets, and the better you get, and you actually start to like reading. That message is for no one in particular. Let's see. Okay, yes, that was Destiny saying hello to me, and the washing of the hands, and the good morning, and the no. I've been here before. I thought so. I was trying to remember. It's getting harder. The longer I do this, it's getting harder to remember. Like I said, if I've hung out with somebody in somebody else's, or if they've hung out with mine. Second time. Well, you can take that star and you can just hold on to it. Maybe put it on your Letterman jacket or something. Okay, so with that being said, you guys didn't miss anything. Miss Destiny and Mr. Frank, I was just doing the recap, which is what I do. So I just finished 7, 8, and 9, which was yesterday's reading, and now we're going to jump in to today's reading, which is Judges 10, 11, and 12. Oh, I am buffering a little bit. I just seen that. I was jumpy. I was jumping. That's okay. I'm not going to let any technology issues hold me down. And my Ethernet is actually not plugged into the wall. It came out, and when I tried to plug it in, the little button, the little connection went doop on the inside of the wall. So when I get done, I have to go take the screwdriver and take the little cover off and pick up that little button, the little connector piece. And I might have to glue it together because that's that second time doing that. But yeah, in either case, I'm working purely off of Wi-Fi today. Lord, bless the live stream since I'm on Wi-Fi. Okay, chapter 10, y'all. Chapter 10, y'all, of the book of Judges, in case you didn't know that. We're talking about some judges, which to me are still not judges. There should be some. I wonder if there. What is the Hebrew word for judges? I'm not gonna get off topic too much today. You guys know I have focus issues sometimes. I'm just curious. What is the Hebrew name for Judges? Was I not even typing? Oh, I was. Okay, it was just delayed. What is the Hebrew name for judges? I'm just curious. Like, to me, that just seems like an awkward name to call them. The Hebrew term shofet, which is translated into English as judge, is closer in meaning to ruler. I'm going to do a quick screen share so you guys can see what I'm reading. Because doesn't that sound weird, like the book of Judges? But it's not people going around like in the courtroom, like, order in the court, order in the court. You're guilty, you're innocent. That's what judge means to me. But I do know that in this time, the Israelites were speaking a different language, and not all words translate exactly the same. But if you look at your screen, you can read the same thing I'm reading. The Hebrew term shofet, which is translated into English as judge, is closer in meaning to ruler, a kind of military leader, or deliverer from potential or actual defeat. Let me see what this one says. What is the biblical definition of judge? The biblical judges are described in the Hebrew Bible and mostly in the book of Judges as people who served roles as military leaders in times of crisis in the period before an Israelite monarchy was established. And I'm going to do one more. Why are they called judges in the Bible? The judges to whom the title refers were charismatic leaders, who delivered Israel from a succession of foreign dominations after their conquest of Canaan, the promised land. The retelling of Israel's experience during the period of Judges is thus colored by the experiences of the present. Oh, get my tissue. All right. So, yeah. I am in the United States reading an English Bible with the history of English as the main language. And so I just have to deal with the fact that the word judges is used in a way that I am not completely comfortable with. But I guess that would be odd. Why didn't they just call it rulers? Rulers or military leaders, or I don't know. Military leaders. Uh-oh. Nah, it's too far over. Here we go. Okay, so yes, we're in the book of Judges, which is talking about military leaders, charismatic leaders. There's all kind of stuff going on. Good grief. Just move forward, King, and move forward. You're focusing on too many things that don't matter. Chapter 10, Tola. Tola becomes Israel's judge. After Abimelech died, Tola, son of Puah, son of Dodo, was the next person to rescue Israel. He was from the tribe of Issachar, but lived in the town of Shamir. I went to school with a Shamir. It was a girl. Shamir. Yeah, I remember Shamir. She used to live right on the corner of Nephi and Bay. Anyways. Kenya. I love being me. As quirky as I am, I love being me. Chapter 10. After Abimelech died, Tola, son of Puah, son of Dodo, was the next person to rescue Israel. He was from the tribe of Issachar, but lived in the town of Shamir, in the hill country of Ephraim. He judged Israel for 23 years, and when he died, he was buried in Shamir. And then the next section says Jair becomes Israel's judge. Jair. So we've got Tola, And we've got Jair. Hold on, how many people are we at yet? I'm gonna take a little sticky note here. I'm gonna do a little sticky note. So sorry, I hate to do that on the camera because I hate the sound of it. Other people do it, and now I'm doing it, but I can't really blow my nose the way I want to. So who did we have? We had I'm trying to do this from memory. Help me out, you guys. Who were the judges? I remember Deborah, Ehud, that was the left-handed guy, Shamgar, which he only got like one sentence. We didn't even learn anything about him. It was like, oh yeah, and Shamgar. So it was somebody, Deborah, somebody, Ehud, Shamgar. Okay, yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember. Let me look at my chat, see if anybody else remembered. Um, Nicole's got her eyeglass up to her eyeball looking at something. I don't know. I probably did something that said something. I don't know. I don't know what I did. Let me go back. Gideon. Can't forget about Gideon. Could you show me a few signs, Lord? I mean, I believe you're the Lord, but can you give me a sign? Thank you. Can you give me another sign? Thank you. Just one more sign. I hate to ask for too much, but can you give me another sign? Thank you. Good old Gideon. Okay, Judah. Wait, no. Judah and Simeon conquer the land. Okay. Israel fails to conquer the land. Okay. The Lord's message comes to Bochum. Okay. The death of Joshua. Okay, so all this is before there was judges. Israel disobeys the Lord, and the Lord rescues his people. This is chapter 2 and 16. The nations loved Canaan. And chapter 3, Othniel. That was the first one. That's right. So we got Othniel. I'm just curious. Nobody else is probably curious, but I'm curious. I like to put these little pieces together. So Othniel was a judge. Ehud, that was the left-handed guy that, plunged the dagger into that one king. Othniel, Ehud, Shamgar, like I said, he got one little line in chapter 3, verse 31. Then Deborah. Then Gideon. Did I even put Gideon on the list? I did. And now Tola. So now we're all caught up with the judges. Tola. 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 Make me feel like saying Stella. And Jair. Not Ja Rule. Jair. That's another 90s rapper. Or actually 2000s. Okay, so we got Tola. We got Jair. And there we go. So how many is that so far? Othniel, Deborah, Ehud, Shamgar, Gideon, Tola, Jair. That's the first 7. In case anybody was curious, or maybe not, but I was curious. Nicole is like, oh. I was curious, and now this camera is off. We're gonna be okay, you guys. Today is one of those days I'm a little bit off, so it's okay. So we're still in chapter 10. I just wanted to kind of take note of the judges that we've covered so far. Those are the first 7, and we're probably going to hit like 1 or 2 more, it looks like, in chapter 10. No questions? Okay, no questions. So Tola becomes Israel's judge. That's the first verse of chapter 10. After Abimelech died, Tola, son of Puah, son of Dodo, was the next person to rescue Israel. He was from the tribe of Issachar, but lived in the town of Shamir in the hill country of Ephraim. He judged Israel for 23 years, and when he died, he was buried in Shamir. Verse 3. After Tola died, Jair from Gilead judged Israel for 22 years, and his 30 sons rode around on 30 donkeys, and they owned 30 towns in the land of Gilead, which are still called the towns of Jair. When Jair died, he was buried in Canaan. In verse 6, the Ammonites oppressed Israel. Again, the Israelites did evil in the Lord's sight, and they served the images of Baal and Ashtoreth. And if y'all remember, like 2 or 3 days ago, Ashtoreth is another way to say, or another form of Asherah or Ashtoreth. It was one of the goddesses, actually. It looks like it's a god here, but it was one of the goddesses. And they were talking about the Asherah poles, all these different pagan gods that were being worshipped at that time. And so, yes, Baal was one, and Ashtoreth or Astera. It's like Astera, but they pronounced it like Ash. And so these, the chosen people, they know who God is, but they're kind of falling off of their ways. They kind of backsliding and then following what everybody else is doing. And the gods of Aram, Sidon, Moab, and Ammon, and Philistia. So let me go back and say that. Israelites did evil in the Lord's sight. They served the images of Baal and Ashtoreth, and the gods of Aram, Sidon, Moab, Ammon, and Philistia. They abandoned the Lord and no longer served him at all. So the Lord burned with anger against Israel, and he turned them over to the Philistines and the Ammonites, who began to oppress them that year. For 18 years, they oppressed all the Israelites east of the Jordan River in the land of the Amorites, that is, in Gilead. The Ammonites also crossed to the west side of the Jordan and attacked Judah, Benjamin, and Ephraim. The Israelites were in great distress. Finally, they cried out to the Lord for help, saying, "We have sinned against you because we have abandoned you as our God and have served the images of Baal." Verse 11, the Lord replied, "Did I not rescue you from the Egyptians, the Amorites, the Ammonites, the Philistines, the Sidonians, the Amalekites, and the Maonites? When they oppressed you, you cried out to me for help, and I rescued you. Yet you have abandoned me and served other gods. So I will not rescue you anymore. Go and cry out to the gods you've chosen. Let them rescue you in your hour of distress." But the Israelites pleaded with the Lord and said, "We have sinned. Punish us as you see fit. Only rescue us today from our enemies." Then the Israelites put aside their foreign gods and served the Lord, and he was grieved by their misery. At that time, the armies of Ammon had gathered for war and were camped in Gilead. And the people of Israel assembled and camped at Mizpah. The leaders of Gilead said to each other, "Whoever attacks the Ammonites first will become ruler over all the people of Gilead." And in chapter 11, it says here, Jephthah, good old Jephthah, becomes Israel's judge. Jepthah. In case you guys are wondering, like, what is she doing? I have a little sticky note. Little sticky notes, little or yellow pieces of paper. I've got a digital set of sticky notes on my computer that I'm kind of keeping track of this stuff. And I'm just typing it down just to keep track. And this is what I have so far. Oh my. What is going on? Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Well, I call myself copying and pasting, but it doesn't work. I guess because they're two different types of programming or coding. I'm just going to try to put a comma in here. Hopefully it won't be too confusing to read. Because I have it like this. I have the names stacked upon each other on my little sticky note. But when I copy and paste it here, it's all one long word. And if I try to put a space in there, it does something weird. But anyways, that's what I got so far. That's what I'm copying off to the side. Okay. So nobody else is saying anything new. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Okay, so those are the people so far. Now we have Jephthah becomes Israel's judge in chapter 11. Now Jephthah of Gilead was a great warrior. He was the son of Gilead, but his mother was a prostitute. As his life. You know what? I'm going to take a moment here. I'm going to take a moment here to clear the passages, as I have to do from time to time, because I can feel it starting to make my reading sound not so good. I am so silly. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, you know how a lot of YouTubers are like, if you ever want to send me something in the mail, here's my mailing address, and they have like a little post office box. If you ever want to send me a card or a birthday gift, da 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 da, I'm thinking to myself, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if anybody ever wants to send me some hand sanitizer or some tissue, this is my PO box. That's what I was thinking at that very moment when I started to giggle. Like maybe my followers want to support me with boxes of tissue and some hand sanitizer or some what's that nasal spray stuff. I won't have these issues. I'm silly, I know. All right, back to chapter 11. And yes, I used my sanitizer. I knew Miss Nicole was gonna say, "Achoo, do wash, wash, wash." Cause I don't even like doing that. I don't like touching my own stuff after I've touched, blown my nose. All right, let's see about this guy. And this is proof right here that just because you come from a bad upbringing, or just because you come from the wrong side of the tracks, or just because you come from a bad line of people, or whatever, you can still be something great. Because that's what's happening here with Jephthah. Jephthah. So let me start back over in chapter 11, verse 1. Now, Jephthah of Gilead was a great warrior. He was the son of Gilead, but his mother was a prostitute. Gilead's wife also had several sons, and when these half brothers grew up, they chased Jephthah off the land. You will not get any of our father's inheritance, they said, for you are the son of a prostitute. So Jephthah fled from his brothers and lived in the land of Tob. Oh, okay, I see what happened. I said it's almost like Abimelech's story, almost, where we have these sons that are in the family, and then we have this outside child. And this is almost the same thing. So this man, he has this family, and it didn't say it was his concubine's son. It said, he went out with the prostitute, and when the baby was born, he brought that baby into the family. That would be so awkward. That would be so awkward. But as is life, like I said, as is life. Gilead's wife also had several sons, and when these half brothers grew up, they chased poor little Jephthah off the land. You will not get any of our father's inheritance, they said. You're the son of a prostitute. So Jephthah fled from his brothers and lived in the land of Tob, and soon he had a band of worthless rebels following him. At this time, the Ammonites began their war against Israel, and when the Ammonites attacked, the elders of Gilead sent for Jephthah in the land of Tob. The elders said, "Come and be our commander. Help us fight the Ammonites." But Jephthah said to them, "Aren't you the ones who hated me and drove me from my father's house? Why do you come to me now when you're in trouble?" "Because we need you," the elders replied. "If you lead us in battle against the Ammonites, we will make you ruler over all the people of Gilead." And Jephthah said to the elders, "Let me get this straight. If I come with you, and if the Lord gives me victory over the Ammonites, will you really make me ruler over all the people?" "The Lord is our witness," the elders replied. "We promise to do whatever you say." Oh, my ears are tingling. My ears are tingling. Sounds like a promise. Sounds like a vow. Whoa. That might be a checkpoint. Let me read on to figure it out. So that was in verse 10. That's what they said. Have you ever heard somebody say that? I grew up hearing people say that. Or maybe that's just a Michigan thing. But let me know in the chat, wherever you're from, did you grow up hearing that? "The Lord is my witness, da 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 da." Or "The Lord is my witness, I'm gonna Or Lord is my witness, that's true." I used to grow up hearing that saying. And that is what the elders here said in verse 10. Chapter 11, verse 10. They said, "The Lord is our witness. We promise to do whatever we say. Going on to, that was 10, yeah. Going on to verse 11, so this is chapter 11, verse 11. So Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him their ruler and commander of the army. At Mizpah, in the presence of the Lord, Jephthah repeated what he had said to the elders. Then Jephthah sent messengers to the king of Ammon, saying, "Why have you come out to fight against my land?" The king of Ammon answered Jephthah's message. "When the Israelites came out of Egypt, they stole my land from the Arnon River to the Jabbok River, and all the way up to Jordan. Now then, give back the land peaceably." Jephthah sent this message back to the Ammonite king. This is what Jephthah says: Israel did not steal any land from Moab or Ammon. When the people of Israel arrived at Kadesh on their journey from Egypt, after crossing the Red Sea, they sent messengers to the king of Edom asking for permission to pass through this land. But their request was denied. Then they asked the king of Moab for similar permission, but he wouldn't let them pass through either. So the people of Israel stayed in Kadesh. Finally, they went around Edom and Moab through the wilderness. They traveled along Moab's eastern border and camped on the other side of the Arnon River. But they never once crossed the Arnon River into Moab, for the Arnon was the border of Moab. Then Israel sent messengers to King Sihon of the Amorites, who ruled from Heshbon, asking for permission to cross through his land to get to their destination. But King Sihon didn't trust Israel to pass through his land. Instead, he mobilized his army at Jahaz and attacked them. But the Lord, the God of Israel, gave his people victory over King Sihon. So Israel took control of all the land of the Amorites who lived in that region, from the Arnon River to the Jabbok River, and from the eastern wilderness to the Jordan. So you see, it was the Lord, the God of Israel, who took away the land from the Amorites and gave it to Israel. Why then should we give it back to you? You keep whatever your God Chemosh gives you, and we will keep whatever the Lord our God gives us. Are you any better than Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he try to make a case against Israel for disputed land? Did he go to war against them? Verse 26 says, Israel has been living here for 300 years, inhabiting Heshbon and its surrounding settlements all the way to Aroer and its settlements, and in all the towns along the Arnon River. Why have you made no effort to recover it before now? Therefore, I have not sinned against you, rather you have wronged me by attacking me. Let the Lord who is judge decide today which of us is right, Israel or Ammon. Verse 28, but the king of Ammon paid no attention to Jephthah's message. And in verse 29, Jephthah's vow. Here we go. Jephthah makes a vow. Verse 29, at that time the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he went throughout the land of Gilead and Manasseh, including Mizpah and Gilead, and from there he led an army against the Ammonites. And Jephthah made a vow to the Lord. He said, if you give me victory over the Ammonites, I will give to the Lord whatever comes out of my house to meet me when I return in triumph. I will sacrifice it as a burnt offering. So Jephthah led his army against the Ammonites, and the Lord gave him victory. He crushed the Ammonites, devastating about 20 towns from Aroer to an area near Minith, and as far away as Abel Keramim. In this way, Israel defeated the Ammonites. When Jephthah returned home to Mizpah, his daughter came out to meet him. When Jephthah returned home to Mizpah, his daughter came out to meet him, playing on a tambourine and dancing for joy. She was his one and only child. He had no other sons or daughters. And when he saw her, he tore his clothes in anguish. "Oh, my daughter," he cried out, "you have completely destroyed me. You've brought disaster on me, for I have made a vow to the Lord I cannot take back." And she said, "Father, if you've made a vow to the Lord, you must do to me what you have vowed, for the Lord has given you a great victory over your enemies, the Ammonites. But first, let me do this one thing. Let me go up and roam in the hills and weep with my friends for 2 months, because I will die a virgin. You may go, Jephthah said, and he sent her away for 2 months. She and her friends went into the hills and wept, because she would never have children. When she returned home, her father kept the vow he had made, and she died a virgin. So it has become a custom in Israel for young Israelite women to go away for 4 days each year to lament the fate of Jephthah's daughter. Okay, so we have one more chapter to go through. And let's see. I don't see any movement again. I don't know if it's because of a glitch or because no one has anything to say. But while we are sitting here quietly, meditating on the chapter that I just read. All right. If there is something I can do, if there is something I can do to resuscitate the live chat, if there is something I can do to resuscitate the live chat, y'all let me know. I feel like the last 2 days have been a little quieter than the other ones. I don't know if it's just because it's the weekend and people are chill, or maybe if it's the type of scripture that I'm reading is a little bit more subdued, or if something that I'm doing is different. But yeah, you guys have been quiet lately. Or maybe you guys have just been busy. But yes, if there is something I can do to make your live streaming experience better or your listening experience better, I'm always open to critiques. And so let me know. I know what was that, 3 or 4 days ago, somebody told me I was reading too fast. So I've started to slow down a little bit. I speak fast naturally. So that's been kind of something I really have to focus on doing. But if there's something I can do to change things up or to make the experience better for you guys, let me know. I am here for, well, not really for you. I'm here because I want to read the Bible. It's my New Year's resolution. But I am here overall for your listening pleasure and watching pleasure. So always feel free to let me know, Kenya, it would be a little bit better if you da 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 da, or Kenya, maybe we could talk more about things if you da 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 da. But yeah, I noticed you guys have just been so quiet lately. Nicole has been my star pupil. Her little what do you call it? Her little progress report is filled with all kind of gold stars. My star pupil is getting all the gold stars for being paying attention. I'm just listening. I think it's just the scripture. I'm listening. And do they still have to die this day and age? I think she died because he specifically said out of his mouth, Lord, give me this victory, and the first thing that comes out of my house, I'm a sacrifice. That was his personal vow. But they just do that other part as tradition. I don't think anybody's dying because of that now. But yeah, you gotta watch what you say. What do they say? Be careful what you wish for. Um yeah, be careful what you wish for. And that's why you're really not supposed to make promises. It says it somewhere in the New Testament too. Reasons why you're not supposed to promise. You're either supposed to say yes I will or no I won't, but you're not supposed to promise because it says somewhere you don't have the power to turn a single hair on your head white, nor do you have the power to do something. Only God has the power to do things. And so since you can't 100% 100% guarantee that you will do something that you will do, because things come up, things happen, you shouldn't make a promise or a vow. Chapter 12, going on to chapter 12, I'm listening and she's like, oh, that's the face she made. Mean what you say. Say what you mean what you say, and just, yeah, no need to promise. No pinky promise, no swears, no, I swear on my whatever relative's grave, no, I swear to God, none of that. Just say what you're going to say, do what you're going to do, And if you don't do it, guess what? You're a human. So we all fail short. We're all imperfect. And that's just proof right there. Eva Frazier pops in and says, "Oh no, that was Eva Frazier that said that. I'm looking here. I'm listening and enjoying listening." Okay. I'm just making sure it gets kind of quiet. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff going on in the chat, and sometimes it's like crickets. This is the last chapter for today, you guys. Chapter 12 is Ephraim fights with Jephthah. Ephraim. I go to work with a guy named Ephraim. Nice Mexican guy, too. But he spells his name Ephraim. And the Bible reading here is Ephraim. But yeah, hey, Ephraim, if you're ever watching me. Then the people of Ephraim mobilized an army and crossed over the Jordan River to Zaphon. They sent this message to Jephthah. "Why didn't you call for us to help you fight against the Ammonites? We're going to burn down your house with you in it." Good grief, these people ooh. With friends like this, who needs enemies? Because remember, Ephraim is one of those 12 tribes. These are like your cousins, your long lost cousins. These are your family members. Wow. The people of Ephraim mobilized an army, crossed over the Jordan River. So you came all the way over here just to tell me that. Ooh wee. The people of Ephraim mobilized an army, crossed over the Jordan River to Zaphon, and they sent this message to Jephthah. "Why didn't you call on us to help you fight against the Ammonites? We're going to burn down your house with you in it." Mercy. Verse 2. Jephthah replied, "I summoned you at the beginning of the dispute, but you refused to come. You failed to help us in our struggle against Ammon. So when I realized you weren't coming, I risked my life and went to battle without you. And the Lord gave me victory over the Ammonites. So why have you now come to fight me?" Verse 4. The people of Ephraim responded, "You men of Gilead are nothing more than fugitives from Ephraim and Manasseh." So Jephthah gathered all the men of Gilead and attacked the men of Ephraim and defeated them. Uh-oh. You're fighting against yourself. You're dividing yourself. That's not good. At first, all these foreign people around, all these foreign countries were coming to oppress and destroy the Israelites. And now the Israelites are fighting themselves. Let me go into verse 5. Jephthah captured the shallow crossings of the Jordan River, and whenever a fugitive from Ephraim tried to go back across, the men of Gilead would challenge him. "Are you a member of the tribe of Ephraim?" they would ask. If the man said, "No, I'm not," they would tell him to say, "Shibboleth." Say this word, Shibboleth. I'm not even going to tell you how to pronounce. I'm not even going to tell you how to type it. But if you're listening, type in the word Shibboleth, however you think it's supposed to be spelled, because this is a test, just like it is for them. Shibboleth. Say it. Shibboleth. Are you from Ephraim? Okay, say Shibboleth. That's what's going on in verse 6. "No, I'm not," they would tell him. "Say Shibboleth." If he was from Ephraim, he would say Sibboleth. Sibboleth. Because people from Ephraim cannot pronounce the word correctly. Then they would take him and kill him at the shallow crossings of the Jordan. In all, 42,000 Ephraimites were killed at that time. Sibboleth, Shibboleth, Shibboleth. So they couldn't say the sh word. They couldn't say sh. They could only say Sibboleth, Shibboleth, Shibboleth. Yep. Sorry, you're from the Ephraim. Just kidding. This is how it's actually spelled in the Bible. This is the correct way according to Jephthah. Shibboleth. So it's like Shibboleth. So Shibboleth. And they kept saying C. They kept saying C instead of she. I don't know why. But you know what? That's just like Spanish. In Latin America, there are certain words that are pronounced a completely different way than in Spanish Spain. And in a particular part in Spain, they do actually pronounce their S's with a who was that? Daffy Duck that kind of had a lisp. There is a part of Spain that they intentionally speak with a lisp, and so all of their S's are, and they did that because some monarch from long ago was born with a lisp, and they couldn't say S's. They couldn't say say, so. They couldn't say the S word. They kept saying f. And they didn't want that king or queen to feel bad. And so they said, it is a national decree from this point on. Everyone in the land cannot pronounce the word S with an S. You must pronounce it with an SH or with a TH. And so the entire land had to speak like that. And so instead of saying words without the lisp, everybody has to actually speak like this. And all those S words became TH. That is true. Look it up. Fact check me. But yes, I'm just saying that to relate to the story that, different cultures in different countries, some people, they cannot pronounce certain words and they can pronounce different sounds of the mouth. Same with Japan. Japan has trouble with their L's and their R's because L and R don't really exist in Japanese alphabet. They don't have an alphabet, but it doesn't exist for them. So that's what was going on here. After that, this is in verse 7. Jephthah, good old Jephthah, judged Israel for 6 years, and when he died, he was buried in one of the towns in Gilead. This is the last little piece, and then I'm going to check in with you guys. Ibzan. Katan says, good morning, I'm late. I just got back from camp. Girl, I thought you've been here the whole time. I thought I saw your name up there at first. I must be thinking about yesterday. All the stay-at-home time is starting to turn into one long day. Girl, come on in. Hey, everybody, say good morning to Miss Robin, a.k.a. Cat, a.k.a. Katan, Cooking Mama's Homestead. Girl, I thought you'd been here. For real, all of these days are starting to turn to seem like it doesn't even seem like Saturday to me. It seems like Wednesday or Thursday. But welcome. Shibboleth, almost shillet. Yeah. Even if you read it, it's kind of difficult to say. But yeah, that was a little test. Miss Cat, you're coming in right at the end. We were just talking about. Let me see. What did you miss? We talked about Tola. Somebody named Tola became one of the judges. Jair became one of the judges. The Ammonites came down pretty hard on Israel. Jephthah, who was the son of a prostitute in Gilead's household, ends up, kind of being chased off the land. And then the people needed another judge to come up and save them. And so they chose him. Jephthah came up with a victory. He made a promise to the Lord. Lord, if I can win over this group of people, the first thing that comes out of my house, I'm going to sacrifice. And the first thing that came out of his house after they won the war, after they won that battle, was his daughter, his only child. And so that was a sad point that we just read about in 11. And now we're in chapter 12, talking about Ephraim. Now this is part of the tribe. One tribe of Israel is fighting against another tribe of Israel. Ephraim fights with Jephthah, who they're supposed to be allies, supposed to be family. And we're just talking about there was this little test. Like most of these people were fought against, and then for those who tried to escape or come back in, can't remember which, they said, hey, where are you from? You from Ephraim? No, I'm not from Ephraim. Okay, say this word. And that's the word that you see in the chat. The chat is shibboleth. But the people on Ephraim's side, they couldn't pronounce that. So they said Sibboleth. And yeah. Now we're all caught up. This is verse 8. Ibzan. Ibzan becomes Israel's judge. I'm going to put that on my little sticky notes. Ibzan. Ibzan. So we got Othniel, Deborah, Ehud, Shamgar, Gideon, Tola, Jair, Jephthah, and now we got Ibzan. After Jephthah died, Ibzan from Bethlehem. Hey, good old Bethlehem. Know anybody from Bethlehem? After Jephthah died, Ibzan from Bethlehem judged Israel. He had 30 sons and 30 daughters. He sent his 30 daughters to marry men outside the clan, and he brought in 30 young women from outside his clan to marry his sons. Ibzan judged Israel for 7 years, and when he died, he was buried at Bethlehem. Now we got Elon. I know I keep talking about Elon Musk. I have an ebook on him. It's really good. Elon Musk, if you don't know, is the founder of Tesla, the Tesla car, the electric car, and he is also the director, programmer, founder of SpaceX. He's not a part of NASA. He took his own money. The guy got clout. He got money. His pockets are fat. Matter of fact, he came up with PayPal too. If you want to look that up, him and a friend developed PayPal, developed some other businesses, and then once he got super duper rich, he said, "I'm just gonna make a rocket and send people off for space vacations," and it's called SpaceX. So yeah, that's Elon Musk. I know that has nothing to do with the Bible, but it's a name, it's a celebrity name, and when I see names that are familiar in the Bible, it makes me wonder, like, wow, I didn't know they came from the Bible. Actually, he didn't. He came from South Africa. Look it up. Okay. Shush, 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 shush. Chapter 12, verse 11. Elon, not Musk, Elon becomes Israel's judge. After Ibzan died, Elon from the tribe of Zebulun judged Israel for 10 years. And when he died, he was buried at Aijalon in Zebulun. So I got that down, Elon. And now Abdon, Abdon. Abdon becomes Israel's judge in verse 13. After Elon died, Abdon, son of Hillel, from Pirathon, judged Israel. He had 40 sons and 30 grandsons who rode on 70 donkeys. He judged Israel for 8 years, and when he died, he was buried at Pirathon in Ephraim, in the hill country of the Amalekites. Y'all know the story of Samson, right? The really strong guy with the long locks. I don't know if it was loose hair or actual dreadlocks, but he had really long locks, and all of his power was in his hair. All of his power was in his hair. And actually, if you want to know about that, that's going to be for tomorrow. Tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. Yes, that's in tomorrow's reading. Samson. I didn't realize Samson was one of the judges. I remember hearing the story of Samson in Sunday school. Samson and Delilah. Yeah, that Samson. But I didn't realize he was one of the judges. So yes, let me check in with you guys. Yeah. Grand Day Cat. What is your favorite part of the chat so far? Yes, Nightbot. What is your favorite part of the chat, Nightbot? You ask all these questions, but you never answer them. Nightbot is not real. Miss Cat says, "Good morning, Nicole." 40. Yep, there's that 40. You know what? As a special project to myself, I'm gonna go through the Bible. Like halfway through, well, a third of the way through with it now. But I'm going to actually see how many instances of 40 there are. Oh, that reminds me, there's a thing my mom sent me for this whole quarantine thing that's going on right now. Actually comes from the Spanish word 40. She sent me this little thing, and I was gonna put it up on here, but I don't know if I will. Maybe I will. We'll see. But there's a lot of significances for the number 40. Oh, it's starting to get choppy again. Let me wind this down. Frank GTV says, "I'm still here." And he said it just like that. And then he laughed out loud because he knew that he was singing when he said that. Hannah Gatledge says, "Hi, everybody." And she said it just like that because I can hear her through the screen. I'm just playing. I can't hear you. Be blessed and be safe. Hit the thumbs up. That's what Katahdin says. And right after she said that, Hannah said, "Okay, you want a thumbs up?" I got thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, 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 thumbs up. And then Nicole said, "Rejoice." You know, I haven't done that in a minute. This is the day, y'all. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice. Woo, that feels good. I will rejoice. You know what? I just thought about something. My mind. I don't have ADHD, in case you're wondering. I don't have it. I'm not going to claim it. I'm just an excitable person. But I just thought about something. I wonder, is there there's got to be a praise. I was going to say a praise and worship exercise routine where, come on, everybody, we're going to rejoice. Rejoice. And stretch for the Lord. Like, I don't know why that just seems like that would be a thing. But I feel good every time I do that. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I can feel that power. I feel it in my shoulders, and I feel it kind of going up my neck a little bit, and I just feel it go. I feel that energy like a little dynamo, like, and I will rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And then you do the yoga. Well, yoga is a whole different culture and a whole different religion, so I don't want to get a little, I don't want to cross my wires, but meditatively, you can do your prayer at the end, your little yoga poses, which, like I said, is prayer in another culture. Do your little prayer poses, and praying and praying, and the cool down, the relaxation, and the stretching and the warm up and the cool down. Yeah, yeah. I don't have ADHD, but yes, I am excitable. So yes, I need to work on that video that my mom sent me about the significance of the number 40. I need to work on my musical. You guys know I have a musical? Yes, I do. I have a musical. Not really, it's not a musical. It's a song. I'm excitable. I'm so delightable. It's my personality. No, I'm not high, you know. Once you get to know me, you will see. Like, it's a whole song that I wrote like 2 months ago. Anyways, that has nothing to do with the Bible. Let me finish saying hello to everybody in the room. And then it's time to head on out. Hannah says, always bless the like button. Sylvia, Life in Holland. Hello, Miss Sylvia again. Welcome to the live, and hello, Sylvia. And yes, so it is now roll call time. For those of you who are just coming in, don't forget to bless the like button. Bless the like button, like Miss Nicole says. And if you want to see what I was talking about, you'll have to go back on the replay because I'm shutting it down after I do this roll call and a quick pray. And then we're on our way. Payway sounds real good right now. Man, I miss eating out. Payway. I said way. I was thinking payway. Eva Frazier. Shout out to Eva Frazier, who was the early bird. Shout out to the Wiz. Shout out to Nicole. Shout out Life of Key. Shout out to Nightbot, who was not misbehaving today. Nightbot did not put anybody in timeout unnecessarily. Hooray. Good job, Nightbot. Shout out to Frank GTV. Shout out to Destiny Forever Walks. Shout out to me. Hey, look, that's me. Actually, it's another Nightbot. Shout out to Frank GTV again. Shout out to Eva Frazier and Nicole again. Shout out to Nicole and Frank GTV. Shout out to Eva Frazier and Nicole and Destiny Forever Walks. Shout out to Katad and Cook and Mama's Homestead, who I thought here was the whole time, but it's just been a long week. Shout out to, I think, Sylvia? Nope. Hannah was here next. Shout out to Hannah Gadlich, my Texas sister, and shout out to Sylvia. I don't know why I want to say your name that way. Sylvia, Life in Holland. Say hello to Sylvia, Life in Holland. You don't talk like that because I've checked you out, but it seems like you would talk like that. Hello, darling. This is Sylvia, Life in Holland. Welcome to my channel, all of my beautiful people. It sounds like you would say that, but yeah, let me stop. So yes, pray time. Pray, payway. When I go, when everything's opened up again, I think I'm gonna get me a dish at Payway or PF Chang's. Shush. But first, I do have the air on. It's been warm. There we go. Hello, Tina Davies. You came right in time for the outro prayer. Share your live, smash the like. Girl, we about to pray and go on our way. And then we're going to order some payway. What you want? You want the wontons, you want the croutons, or you want the stir fry? Let me stop. Yeah, we're going to do a prayer, girl. Lord, thank you. Thank you. I guess I did realize it was a weekend because yesterday I said TJIF, but it's just all going by so quickly. Lord, I thank you for today. I thank you for this great week. I thank you that I made it through another week healthy, safe. I'm healthy. My daughter's healthy. My son is healthy. My family is happy. That is my first thanks, that I have been kept and I have been blessed and I have been covered. So that is my that is my first thanks for today. Lord, I pray that the same blessings and health and safety that I have experienced this week continues not only for me but for the people in the chat. I pray for their health, their safety, and their whatever needs that they may have for those listening in on the live stream or for the replay. Y'all go and watch the replay if you're coming in late, if you got time. And Lord, just bless them with whatever they need today. Give them the breakthrough that they are looking for. Give them the connections that they are seeking. Give them the health that they are trying to recover to. Give them whatever they're lacking and whatever they're needing. And I pray that whatever they're needing, they get it in so much abundance and overflowing that they're like, whoa, it's a miracle. Because it will be. And then they'll know, just like, what's the name? Othniel. No, what Othniel? Jebediah? No, Jebediah. What was his name? Uh, think. Now I feel like Winnie the Pooh. Lord help me. You know who I'm trying to say. It's the guy who you took all his men and it was 20,000 and then it was 10,000 and then it went down to 3,000 after they drank from that river and he said, okay, yeah, now you're going to know when you win this victory is going to be me, not you. That's the kind of victories that I want my live chat and my supporters to have. I want them to be like, wow, there's no way this should be happening. I shouldn't be blessed this way because it's nobody but the Lord. I didn't do it. Did you do it? No, it wasn't me. Did you do it? I didn't even know you was asking for it. I want them to have that kind of breakthrough, that kind of miracle where it's like, wow, I am blessed. That is what I want for my people that are watching now and on the replay. I just want them to be blessed and overflowing with blessings. And they're just like, thank you, Lord. That's the only thing they can say because they know it came from you. Outside of that, Lord, thank you for the opportunity to read my Bible in the safety and comfort of my little green chair in my home here in a place where it is not illegal to read the Bible, at least not yet. I'm not persecuted. I'm not interrupted. I'm free to do as I wish. And my wish and desire is to read the Bible. And so that's what I'm doing. I pray that anybody listening will take the time out to read their own Bible and say their own prayers and talk to you in their own time and come to their own understanding and build their own relationship with you. Like LeVar Burton used to say on Reading Rainbow, they don't have to take my word for it. They can read it on their own. That is my prayer today, Lord. Amen. 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 Say it again, y'all. Amen. 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 One more time. Amen. 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 Yeah, that's good. Good job, you guys. You remembered all the words. So yeah. Yep. Did anybody ever watch Reading Rainbow? Anybody other than me? I'm a 70s baby. I'm an 80s child. I'm a 90s teen. When I was growing up, butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow. I can go anywhere. Friends to know and ways to grow. A reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow. A reading rainbow. Reading rainbow. That's my childhood, okay? I don't know about your childhood. That was my childhood. Sitting in my granny's house, in front of the TV, in the basement. I wish Texas had basements. Anyways, sitting in the basement, watching that TV, and watching LeVar Burton read to me. Wow, I've come full circle. LeVar Burton was reading to me, and I was just sitting there, cross-legged, just like, oh, I want that book, mama. And he used to say, this is a great book. It's about such and such and such and such. But you don't have to take my word for it. In other words, LeVar Burton was saying, get this book and read it yourself so you can experience it. And now I'm saying the same thing. I had a great childhood. I have a great adulthood. My life is good now. Instead of just thinking about the past and how things used to be. Oh, things used to be great. I used to have a good childhood. I used to have a good relationship. I used to have this nice whatever. I used to live in this whatever. I used to be a part of this whatever. It's like, look at your life right now. Like, your life is good right now. My life is good. Life is good. Yes, there are things that I want. Yes, there are things I wish I had. But my life is good now. So, what, 30 years from now? 30 years from now, I am going to be able to say, I had so much fun in my 40s. Just like I'm saying back then, I had so much fun as a child. I had a good childhood. It's where you put your focus. You are going to manifest what you focus on. If you only think about bad times and sadness and losses and failures and I wish I coulda, woulda, shoulda, that's it's just gonna go round and round and round, round and round, round and round in your head. But if you think about those great times, like I think about me watching Reading Rainbow and me playing outside with my friends and all those happy things, those are happy thoughts. Think in the future, 5, 10, 20 years from now, are you going to be able to look back at your life right now and say, I had a good time, I had a good life, and I still have a good life? I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. I hope, I hope, I hope. All right, Kenya, shut this party down. That's the Bible police. That's the Bible party police. We've got a disturbance at 40 Entrepreneur Drive. We need you to shut the party down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, let's see. We got some thumbs ups. We got somebody snapping their hands. Oh, that was Eva Frazier. She was like, I was on a live. Oop, 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 oop. No, I'm on mute. What you mean I'm on mute? Hopefully that was when I was blowing my nose. I was gonna say I haven't been singing and talking. Okay, yeah, that's when I was blowing my nose. I was saying Tina Davies, because she had just come in when I was finishing. So yeah, and we got that. We got amen. Have a great day. Much love. Happy Saturday. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the word. Have a blessed day. Amen, amen, amen. Theme song. The victory is mine. The victory is mine today. The victory is mine. I told Satan to get thee behind. Today, the victory is mine. That is what Katat and Cooking Mama's Homestead said. Amen, sister. Get thee behind me, Satan. Hannah Gallage said, yes, I did. And then the joy is mine today. The joy is mine. I told Satan to get thee behind me. The joy is mine. The peace is mine. The peace is mine. Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me go back. We got the victory. We got the joy. We got the peace. The peace is mine. The peace is mine. Today, the peace is mine. I told Satan, get thee behind. Today, the peace is mine. The love. That's what we need. Love. The love is mine. The love is mine. Today, the love is mine. I told Satan to get thee behind. Today, the love is mine. You have a wonderful singing voice. Robin, you have a wonderful singing voice. I love the Reading Rainbow TV show. Girl, that was my stuff back in the day. And Hannah said, and she said it just like that. We can hear you. Woo, theme song. Yes. Miss Nicole, you're right. At this point, there's nothing else to do but for me to push this button. Somebody said conjunction junction. Arlinda Dorsey came in and says, good morning, everyone. And the Wiz says, don't forget conjunction junction. What's your function? Putting da 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 da. Don't remember the words, but it was something about grammar. It was about grammar. That was a Schoolhouse Rocks. As your body gets bigger, your mind grows flowers. It's great to learn because knowledge is power. Schoolhouse rocking, the strip off the block. Here's your favorite Schoolhouse Rock. And on that note, I push the button and I sing my real song. Bye, y'all. But you don't have to take my word for it. Entrepreneur Drive, 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Entrepreneur Drive 40, Entrepreneur Drive. Entrepreneur Drive 40, Entrepreneur Drive. Thanks for watching, share, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you at the next Bible reading party, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time.